It started in the most unlikely of places, a deserted underground parking lot in downtown Shanghai. Jerry Yen, fresh from an exhausting day of filming, had taken a wrong turn trying to escape persistent paparazzi. His headlights swept across the dim concrete until, screech, a figure darted into his path. Tong Liya. Dressed in an oversized hoodie and dark shades, she froze like a deer in headlights, her phone clattering to the ground. Jerry slammed on the brakes, jumped out, and ran over. "You all right?" he asked, concern heavy in his voice. She looked up. Recognition struck them both like a lightning bolt. Neither expected this meeting. Not here, not now. They hadn't seen each other since that fateful night 3 years ago at a luxury film gala in Venice. Let's rewind. 3 years earlier, the Venice Film Festival glowed under the European night sky. Jerry was there to promote a project. Tong Liya was attending as a guest for an international collaboration. They weren't scheduled to meet, but destiny doesn't follow scripts. After a stormy after-party quarrel between Tong Liya and her then-husband surfaced behind closed doors, she retreated to a quiet corner of the hotel's rooftop. And there he was, Jerry, sitting by the balcony with a glass of red wine, eyes lost in the stars. She approached silently. He turned, surprised. "I needed air," she whispered. He nodded. "Me too." What followed was a 2-hour conversation that didn't feel real. They spoke about life, pressure, fame, loneliness, dreams, and fears. Jerry offered her his jacket. She offered him her silence. That night, something stirred between them, something fragile, beautiful, but forbidden. Few know about this, but a secret joint film project titled Until the Last Song was quietly greenlit in 2022, with Jerry and Tong Liya cast in the lead roles, a romantic tragedy set during China's Cultural Revolution. The chemistry during the test shoots was electric. One unforgettable scene, the two characters hiding in a rain-drenched alleyway in Beijing, trembling with both fear and passion. He reaches to wipe a raindrop, or was it a tear, from her cheek. Their lips almost touch. The camera kept rolling. Everyone on set held their breath. Rumor has it that when the director yelled, "Cut," neither of them moved. For a full minute, they stayed locked in that gaze. But here's the twist. The film was suddenly scrapped mid-production. No explanation. No leaks. Insiders hinted at personal conflicts and external pressure. But those who were there knew better. It was too real. Too raw. Too dangerous for both of them. Months passed. Tong Liya disappeared from the public eye. So did Jerry. Fans were confused. The media speculated wildly. Burnout, health issues, contract disputes. Then came the scandalous tip-off. A fan claimed to spot Jerry and Tong Liya on a remote island in Thailand. A grainy photo emerged, 2 figures, his signature profile, her unmistakable silhouette, walking barefoot along the beach under moonlight. Social media exploded. The caption read, "Asterisk, are they just co-stars? Or is this a forbidden love finally set free?" Asterisk. Management teams denied everything. They said it was digitally manipulated. But people weren't buying it. The buzz only intensified when Tong Liya posted an Instagram story shortly after, a shot of a seashell resting on sand, with the words, asterisk, "Sometimes the ocean hides what the heart can't." Asterisk. Fast forward to 2024. The Phoenix International Film Awards. Both Jerry and Tong Liya were invited to present back-to-back segments. It was their first public appearance on the same stage since the Venice night. The tension backstage was palpable. Cameras zoomed in. Body language analysts had a field day. Then came the defining moment. As Jerry walked off the stage and Tong Liya stepped on, their paths crossed in full view of the audience. She brushed past him, but he stopped. He whispered something. Her eyes widened. The crowd went silent. She nodded slowly. And smiled. No one heard what he said. But lip readers claim it was this, asterisk, "Are you still waiting at the rooftop?" Asterisk. In mid-2025, news broke of a new drama, asterisk, "The Rooftop Promise." Asterisk, written by an anonymous screenwriter. The plot. A famous actor and a lonely dancer meet at a film gala in Europe. Years later, they reunite in secret. Torn between duty and desire, They must choose between the life they built or the love they can't escape. The internet lost its mind. Every scene mirrored Jerry and Tong Liya's rumored journey. The producers refused to confirm or deny if it was autobiographical. But here's the kicker: the anonymous screenwriter. A document leaked revealing the initials T.Ly. Tong. Liya. In what became one of the most watched live streams in Asia, Jerry and Tong Liya appeared side by side for the drama's press conference. Tong Liya wore a soft ivory dress. Jerry looked like he stepped off a GQ cover, sharp, yet tender. Halfway through the Q/&A, a reporter boldly asked, "Was this drama based on your real story?" Silence. Tong Liya glanced at Jerry. He reached for her hand. Not on script. Not planned. Not approved. He turned to the crowd and said, "Sometimes love doesn't need permission. Sometimes it just finds you." During the final scene of The Rooftop Promise, the characters meet once again at the same rooftop where it all began. Rain pours. Tong Liya's character shouts, "You never came back." Jerry's character, drenched and breathless, replies, "I never left." And then it happens, the kiss. Raw. Desperate. Beautiful. Viewers around the world were shattered. Social media went nuclear. Edits, reels, and fan videos flooded the web. It became more than a scene, it was a confession. Just when fans thought the story was over, Jerry Yen posted a rare personal photo on his social media. A blurry selfie. 2 coffee cups. One hand, hers, reaching for his. Caption, asterisk, "No more hiding." Asterisk. 3 hours later, Tong Liya posted an image of a rooftop sunset. The same hotel from Venice. Caption, asterisk, "He came back." Asterisk. This wasn't just a celebrity romance. It was a love story wrapped in mystery, layered with heartbreak, sacrifice, and a touch of the divine. It challenged societal norms, blurred the line between fiction and reality, and proved one thing. When love is real, it always finds its way back. The underground parking lot was deathly silent after the screech of tires faded into an eerie calm. Only the faint hum of fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, flickering like hesitant witnesses to something far more intimate than a mere near accident. Tong Liya's phone lay shattered on the ground, its screen cracked like a spiderweb of secrets. She was still kneeling, breathing heavily, the adrenaline still coursing through her veins. Jerry Yen stepped forward slowly, his tall figure half-lit by the car's headlights behind him, his face carved with concern, disbelief, and something else. Something older. Something remembered. "Liya?" he asked again, softer this time. "It's really you." She looked up, pulling off her shades. Her eyes, wide and gleaming in the half-light, locked with his. "Jerry," she whispered, almost like she was afraid the name might shatter the delicate balance of the moment. They hadn't spoken since Venice. They hadn't even texted. The distance had grown like ivy, quiet, slow, but relentless. Yet here they were, thrown together by a wrong turn and an abandoned parking lot that suddenly felt like the center of the universe. "I didn't mean to scare you," he said, voice low and sincere. "Are you hurt?" "No," she said, slowly rising, brushing off her clothes. "Just startled, and maybe a little dizzy." He instinctively reached out, placing a hand on her arm to steady her. That single touch sent a shiver down her spine. She hated how her body still reacted to him. Or maybe she loved it. Jerry opened his car door. "Come. Sit down. Let me get you some water." She hesitated. The old her would have refused. But now, something in her softened. She slid into the passenger seat. The car smelled like cologne, leather, and cherry-flavored mints. The same kind he always used. He handed her a bottle of water, then sat beside her, hands on the steering wheel like he needed something to grip or he'd fall apart. "I was just trying to avoid the press," he said, glancing at her. "What about you?" "I was thinking," she replied vaguely. "Walking. Getting air. Trying to breathe." A pause. "Is that why you disappeared?" he asked. "To breathe." She didn't answer. Not directly. Instead, she looked at him with a mixture of anger and longing. "You left, Jerry. That night. You just disappeared." He closed his eyes briefly. The hurt in her voice cracked something open in him. I had to. If I didn't walk away, I would have stayed. And if I stayed, we both would have drowned. Her throat tightened. You never even said goodbye. I was trying to protect you. From what? She asked, voice trembling now. He finally turned fully to her, eyes burning. From me. In the thick silence that followed, the ghosts of Venice returned. They remembered the rooftop, the laughter, the music faintly drifting from the ballroom. How she told him she wished she could disappear. How he told her that maybe, just maybe, they were meant to find each other in a world that constantly tried to keep them apart. They remembered the moment their hands accidentally touched on the hotel railing, and neither pulled away. Now, in the car, the air between them pulsed with the same tension. I thought about calling you, Jerry finally admitted. So many times. I waited for that call, she replied. Every night. Even after I left him. I thought you would come back. I didn't think I was allowed. You always were. The pain in both their eyes mirrored 1,000 conversations never had. Suddenly, a sharp knock shattered the bubble. Jerry turned to see a security guard tapping on the driver's side window. Sir, ma'am, parking's closed. You're not supposed to be here. Tong Liya flinched, quickly wiping a tear that had escaped. Jerry nodded at the guard. Understood. We'll leave. The man walked away, unaware that he'd just interrupted something seismic. Jerry started the car but didn't move. His grip on the wheel tightened. I can drive you, he offered, quietly. She shook her head. I'm parked 2 levels down. He nodded but didn't start moving yet. Something was holding him back, something he needed to say. Then he blurted it out. Are you happy? He asked. The question hung in the air like perfume, lingering, heavy, undeniable. She looked at him, lips parted, unsure how to respond. It wasn't about career, or fame, or public appearances. It was about the rooftop, the conversation, the almost love, the goodbye that never came. No, she said honestly. Not really. He looked at her then, really looked at her. Me neither. She opened the door, the chill of the underground seeping in once more. Before stepping out, she turned back and said the words he didn't know he needed to hear. I never stopped waiting. She walked away slowly, disappearing into the shadows of the lower level, heels clicking faintly. Jerry sat in the driver's seat, the engine still running, heart pounding like a war drum. He could have followed her, could have taken the next step. But something told him this wasn't the end. It was the beginning. For the first time in years, he smiled. And as he drove out of the parking lot into the quiet Shanghai night, a thought struck him like lightning. She didn't say goodbye this time either.